Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Filmbuff Live. On Filmbuff, I am your host, William-Patrick Coleman, and this would be our Christmas episode. I guess you could call it. The topic in question is Die Hard really a Christmas movie? Now, that small topic is going to lead us into what is going to essentially be our 5 favorite Christmas films that exist. And I do have some surprise guests helping me on this subject. There's one.
Hey, buddy.
Brother.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Of course, and Christmas and Miss Amiee Conn. We have
Hello.
3 people. We have 3 people today.
Woo.
Tonight on our live stream, special Christmas episode.
Nice.
Christmas
Cheers.
is all about family, and I have my family here with me tonight.
Woohoo!
So
Cheers,
welcome,
salud.
guys, to our Christmas episode. It's the first Monday in December, so naturally I figured we would get the Christmas episode taken care of so that people can have kind of a list of ideas for movies they might want to watch for the holiday season leading
Sounds
up to
good.
Christmas. Yeah. How are you guys tonight?
Fantastic.
How you guys?
Yeah?
Fantastic.
What are we drinking, Wizzo?
I'm having a little Islay scotch. I busted open the bottle tonight. It's very Christmassy, very smoky, very burnt
Yeah.
fire. I found a bottle. Costco has one that's pretty good, and it's pretty pungent. It's tasty. It's all right. And I got some blueberries to offset it.
Ooh, I like
Yes,
your
Tom?
style.
What are you indulging in tonight?
I have water.
I have water too. Water is life.
No, water is always good, man. No, I
Yeah.
had some drinks this weekend, so that was my fun treat for the weekend, and next weekend I get as well. So for the
I
holidays.
feel like you sat and thought about it for a second there. Should I tell him it's water? Should I tell him I'm drinking water? It's water.
Vodka works too. Whatever.
Yeah.
Water is life.
Pick
Water
your
is life.
poison.
I've got my whiskey next to me here.
Nice. Oh man, now I want whiskey, guys. I want like some Jameson at least.
Yeah, well, and
Next
behind me, behind me, I did have Die Hard playing, but it looks like it finished, and the TV doesn't even want to play
Die
it.
Hard.
I was gonna put it on myself, and it's only so if your streamers out there, it's only available on the Stars channel unless you buy it.
Oh.
So I don't have it on, but we might watch it afterwards. I don't know. I might watch it with Mage.
Play it in my sleep, and I probably will tonight too.
Fall asleep to it? Just a lullaby?
Yeah, no, I can play it in my sleep,
Oh, I see.
and I'll probably play it in my sleep tonight.
No.
In all honesty, I like all the Die Hards just the same. I think they're all great. I specifically like Part 3 a lot.
I wanna go through and watch them again.
Yeah,
It's been
me
a while.
too.
You know, I did that. That was and I think we talked about that in our movie theater episode. The biggest marathon I ever had in theaters was Die Hard,
Right.
and I watched all 5 of them in the dome.
That's
the dome.
nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
all day. It took me all day.
What's up with the dome now? Is it?
I don't know
It's,
exactly.
I mean, it's not open, but it will be open.
They were trying. I think it's a historical landmark, but I don't know what exactly that means with the contract of the property as well. So
Right.
yeah. It's still there, thankfully. Hopefully they don't touch it.
Yeah, they haven't torn it down, but
No.
I'd love to see stuff in it again.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a great venue and facility.
You
What a
will.
great place to have seen all the Die Hard movies. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a really good place to see that.
Lucky
Lucky.
That was
bastard.
a great time. Those movies are super fun. Not particularly a fan of Part 2, but it's not horrible, I guess. I'm not gonna.
It's filled. We have a guest, Alex. Hi, Alex. He said it's.
Hey, Alex.
Alex.
You mean the dome is filled? Like I don't understand.
Oh no, we're filled. We're filled.
When Pandemic
Oh,
Survivors.
yeah, that's true, actually. Well, Alex and I, interesting story. Alex and I worked at ArcLight together. That's how we know each other.
Oh,
gotcha.
dope.
But the other location,
The one in Sherman Oaks, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah.
Sherman Oaks one.
And that is reopened as a Regal Cinemas. That's
Yes, it
Right.
has reopened as Regal Cinemas. So Alex would actually know that is for sure. Hello, Alex. He would know for sure that is in fact filled with pandemic survivors.
Right on. Good stuff.
Right on. All right, guys. So we are going to talk about our favorite movies of the holiday season. The cool thing about being a film buff or a film fanatic of any kind is that the seasons provide movies.
Yeah.
So, like, Valentine's Day has a whole bunch of love movies, and even St. Patrick's Day has the Leprechauns. But the king of these is Halloween and Christmas. Specifically Halloween, but Christmas has its fair share of very, very good movies. Thanksgiving and Christmas are right on the line with each other, and I've kind of just done a whole like big thing about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and the difference between these two. But like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles falls on the Thanksgiving side
right.
of the movie. And I kind of just found this out. Like I didn't really know that. But then something like, let's say, Uncle Buck. Big fan.
Uncle Buck, all the good ones from our
Big
past.
fan. In fact, John Hughes is kind of like king of like the holiday season movies, kind of in a way. But Uncle Buck, is that a Christmas movie or is it a Thanksgiving movie? I think it's.
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in years. I need to watch that
Uncle
one.
Buck encompasses a lot more, doesn't it? Because it's also like, aren't they also going like fishing in the summer and like, isn't there a lot more to it? Or it's been
Well, later on in the movie, he ends up being there longer than he was supposed to be.
right.
But it does start off. It starts off. I want to say in the winter season, in the Christmas season, or something like that.
Well, it is snowing. I think I remember it snowing when he gets there.
Is it? So it's probably Christmas.
I think so. And it's supposed to be like Midwest, back east somewhere, right?
Yeah, like all the Hughes films,
Chicago.
I think they set in Chicago,
right? Yeah,
Illinois.
So is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Now, this is a big deal because I do have a list of favorite Christmas movies, but it is separated by the idea of if Die Hard is really a Christmas movie or not. And the reason why I say that is because it's this big, long thing I've gone into with people, and so at some point or another, it had been out for a while, and somebody thought they were being cute and named it the Christmas movie, the ultimate Christmas movie, and then people caught on board to that, and it kind of became this thing where they just said that it was. And then the writer actually came out and said, oh, yeah, I meant for it to be a Christmas movie, and you don't know that. Like, let me be clear. I really like Die Hard. It is a great, great movie. Yep. I don't necessarily think that I had ever considered it to be a Christmas movie.
Well, you got to ask yourself what makes something a Christmas movie.
That's what this is about. Exactly. What makes it a Christmas movie? Do you think it is a Christmas movie?
Not even it specifically. I'm saying, generally speaking, what makes a movie a Christmas movie? To me, if it's set around Christmas,
like art.
Yeah, very, very true. To me, if it's set around Christmas, or even within the Christmas season, because is Home Alone a Christmas movie? You know what I mean? It's certainly set around Christmas, but it's not about Santa.
Well, it's not about Christmas. Because it's about
leaving the kid home alone. So it's like, is it? I think it is. It's set around Christmas.
So here's where, and I see what you're saying, but here's where the thin line is to me, is that it's Christmas has to be a part of the plot in some way or some fashion.
And
Christmas doesn't have to be the backdrop, but Christmas is a part of the Home Alone plot, much more than Die Hard.
Sure.
They leave for Christmas
party.
It could be any party though. It could be any party.
But it's not.
But it's not. But they left for a family Christmas vacation,
isn't it? Isn't that part of the reason he's in town?
Which one?
Isn't that part of the reason he's in town?
Why is he in town?
Because it's Christmas.
I thought because it's set during that time frame. You know, it's in the script that it is Christmas, isn't it? Last time I saw it, I thought there was something to do with Christmas.
100%.
So
100%.
I personally take it, you can do both. Like, for example, that to me is a Christmas movie, not because, like you said, Santa Claus is a part of it or a cultural tradition of some sort with Christmas time. It's literally set in the calendar date around that time, so it's part of the plot. It's part of the story. But
that's how I
take it. Films like, for example, Princess Bride, that's not a Christmas story. or Christmas story or a Christmas movie per se,
Yeah.
but I used to watch it with my grandfather every Christmas. So for me, that is also a Christmas movie because I have so many great memories of Christmas
Tradition.
times with that
That's interesting you said that, because I actually just read an article that called it a Christmas movie, and I don't know why, but they said that there's something in the, in the story that, yeah. I read a whole list of movies that you wouldn't stop to consider were Christmas movies.
Like,
to prepare
I have a
for
question. Like, is La La Land a Christmas movie?
I don't think so, no. Because it goes over many seasons, and when they are in Christmas, it's not necessarily part of the story.
So that's, yeah, I assume that too. But some people say it is because also a lot of people watch it during the Christmas time or during Oscar season. So again, I think it's like art. Art is subjective, which it is a part of art format. That like it is what creates whatever your feeling is for you, and it's case by case by case.
I think tradition. I think that's where tradition plays.
Tradition,
I think there are films that, for certain people or for certain reasons, have traditionally become a Christmas film for them. Like one of the things we were thinking about, or I was thinking about going into this, it was movies, and I started also thinking about things like Christmas specials. What Christmas specials would be for me as a kid. And then one of the things that popped into my, so I popped up with like 5 Christmas specials that I think are sort of iconic. But one of the things that popped up into my head, and I don't remember if it was a Christmas thing, was there was something I used to love watching on TV called Ricky Tikki Tavi. It was a little animated short. You know what I'm talking about? I remember
that.
If anybody knows that, about the mongoose that attacks the cobra and protects the kid. And it was a cute little story. And I don't remember what time of year it was released, but it was always on at a certain time of year. It might have been like Easter. It might have been Christmas. Sure. And that short is certainly not set in Christmas or based in Christmas, I don't believe. But if traditionally that's when it came out, something can become, like for you, The Princess Bride being a family tradition or something you did as a tradition at Christmas, that certainly is a Christmas film for you by tradition, not by story.
Right.
And that goes back to what I said at the beginning, like what makes something a Christmas? Like what's the parameters we're setting for ourselves as far as always Gremlins at Christmas? You know, like
I agree.
I think there's a couple of things also to consider. When we go that route, the thing I was thinking about preparing is that if we go that route and Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then what other movies are Christmas movies that we would start to consider? And which one of these movies are much more entertaining, or not even by comparison, are much more Christmas movies than Die Hard? So, for example, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. It happened at Christmas, yeah.
I think it's like a spectrum. I think it's like, like there's just a spectrum of Christmas movies, and depending on a lot of different facts.
My problem with Lethal Weapon is I don't remember it well.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it either.
I certainly don't remember Christmas being a part of it.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of it. There,
is it as big a part
on lawn in the snow or something? Huh?
Is it as big a part as them being at like the thing with Die Hard is they're at a Christmas party. That's the whole setting.
Well, that's the thing about Die Hard is he's in one place. He can't leave that place. You know, and that's kind of a different situation. But all these other movies that I'm talking about, by comparison, they pass through, and Christmas is a big part of the backdrop, but it's not a part of the story. And so even in the 2 lists that I made, if you consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie one way or the other, you could see the clear difference in what I was accidentally thinking even between the 2. So, like, I'll go with my number 5. For if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then my number 5 would probably be Batman Returns. Batman Returns is Christmas is clearly a part of the story because of the Penguin.
Oh, wow.
And that movie actually gets better and better over time. The movie is really, really good.
It's a great movie.
And Danny it's really good still.
I need to revisit it because I definitely set in winter. I don't remember Christmas playing a big part of the story.
There's snow everywhere in there.
Whoa,
it's like anytime there's snow, it's Christmas.
Well, Catwoman gets thrown out the window and she gets saved by kind of a hill of snow.
Yeah, but does Christmas itself play a big part of that?
Yeah,
I just don't
there's
remember.
several moments where Danny DeVito crashes the Christmas party on Christmas Eve to kidnap the children because they're all in bed on Christmas Eve, and so yeah. But it's again, it's something you wouldn't stop to consider. Versus if Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, then my number 5 is Home Alone. Well, clearly Home Alone, I think, is a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
because
that's on my list too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what are your guys' number 5? By the way, there's no wrong or right answer to these. I think there's another interesting thing is that everybody's kind of right in this.
Oh, it's absolutely a spectrum and an artistic.
Yeah, which is why I like this conversation. Nobody's really wrong in this.
There's not a right or wrong. I'm just laughing because so I hate lists. I also maybe it's being Libra, whatever it is. I have an issue with commitment and buckling down and saying, you could ask me the same question in 3 months and I could give you 5 different films. Maybe not 5 because this is a little more of a niche genre kind of a thing. But so I have 5 films, and then for me, Die Hard I kind of threw on as a 6th. But I don't have them in an order. So when you say what's my number 5,
sorry,
I've got to think of mine and pick one out. Right. So Amy, fire away. What do you got going on?
I love lists. I'm a Virgo, so that's my jam. But I do lists of lists of lists, and that never gets anywhere. But with this one, I just went with it. And right now, I have the tie. I think of being Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings.
I was wondering if Harry Potter would get brought up, and then Lord of the Rings, it's a situational thing.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's one of those things that is tradition for me. I really love traditions that are memorable for your whole life or whatever you're connected to. And that was a movie that I remember it coming out and being such a huge, amazing film franchise, the CGI with all the visuals on the big screen.
Fantastic.
Every Christmas, there was a new one for a long time,
Yeah, they were Christmas movies, so they became...
They were sold as Christmas movies for Christmas time. And that was a big thing, too, was we didn't get to go to the theater a lot when I was a kid, but when we did, it was a big deal. And Christmas time was one of those things that we always planned. We'd go see one of the big movies that was coming out, and so that had to be, a lot of the times was Harry Potter, or a lot of times it was Lord of the Rings. So
yeah, Harry Potter actually, but Harry Potter has Christmas sometimes within
like the whole Hogwarts, like the whole.
I was waiting for Harry Potter to get brought up. Actually,
my God, it's beautiful during the Christmas season.
Yeah. Okay, those are good. I like those. I can accept that. That's
so
good.
Mine are kind of much. I'm again trying to just go through and pick one much more traditional, much more just in your face. Yes, this is a fucking Christmas movie. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Like that's
there's not an argument there.
When I made this list for me, part of my criteria was every year this time of year, what is a movie that if I'm flipping through the channels and I see it's on, I'm going to put it on. I don't care if it's halfway through the movie. I don't care if it's from the beginning.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a movie that I will gladly have on the TV. I enjoy it from any part in it just because I've seen it so many times or whatever. And so at number 5, we'll put that one in there. We'll say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, man, that's kind of a classic. And
to me, that's a quintessential Christmas movie, though, because if I had a checklist for what a Christmas movie is, it checks off every single one of those things. First of all, Christmas is a huge part of the plot. Second of all, a Christmas movie has to have heart. Like, it has to have a lot of heart. And Christmas Vacation is filled with he wants to give his family the ultimate Christmas experience. Yeah. And number 3, family has to be a big part of, family has to be a huge part of that. She'll come back.
It does. We lost Amy. She'll come back.
I think, no, we pissed her off.
She was like, National
Christmas Vacation? No, not on my watch.
Fuck you. But again, not like a super creative. It's just it's a Christmas movie. It's right up there. It's something that every Christmas I'm going to see it a few times.
Made me angry.
Did we piss you off?
Did we piss you off? I apologize.
Were you like no Christmas movie, Christmas Vacation? No, click.
Wow.
I know Chevy Chase owes you money. I know. I apologize.
You know, I have an issue with Chevy. We got to sort it out for the new year. But anyway,
He owes me a lot of money.
So that was I guess my number 5. I'm trying to think of all the ones I picked because I might have been able to throw another one in like as a tie and say like the Muppet Christmas Carol or something. But
oh my God, yes, I totally forgot about that one. That is right.
I thought I've actually never seen it.
Oh my God, you have to.
And I love the Muppets, and I've never fucking seen it.
Oh,
the Muppets are always there. And can I say
Drop the island in the sun.
Peace out to Bob McGrath from Sesame Street. That's
peace out to Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley just passed, but
Wait,
Bob
who? Chris
Bob from
Alley?
Kirstie
just a couple hours ago, yeah.
Like just passed cancer, I think it was.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But Bob from Sesame Street, he worked with the Muppet. You know, he worked with all the Muppets. And he was a big part of my childhood. So
yeah.
But Muppet Christmas Carol. I'm on tangents.
I gotta watch that in respect for sure. I love that one.
So
that was a favorite.
Those are the 5s.
My number 4 off both lists. If Die Hard exists as a Christmas movie, then Lethal Weapon is to me a very very much a Christmas movie. But on that other aspect, if it's not, then Elf deserves a shout out.
Hell yeah, Elf.
For being clearly a Christmas movie. Jon Favreau's best attempt at a Christmas movie. Yeah.
Love Jon Favreau.
Yeah, love Jon Favreau. And Elf is one of his first direct. It was the second movie he directed after Zathura. Has anybody seen Zathura or heard of it?
No.
Zathura is actually the sequel to Jumanji that nobody knows about.
No way, really?
Yeah. And Jon Favreau directed it. Yeah. Yes.
The space one, like a space game. Swingers? So he didn't direct Swingers, huh?
He didn't direct what?
Swingers.
No, he wrote it.
He just wrote it. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Elf is Elf Hearts. And usually a good Christmas movie contains the angry old man, and James Caan fits that bill perfectly.
Oh,
Alex has seen the
one. Scrooged.
Oh, you seen it? You seen it, Alex?
Did you say Scrooge?
Yes.
So,
yes. Have to watch that every year. That's on
those are both of those movies were on my list, you guys. So you guys are picking me apart.
Okay.
But that's what I get. That's what I get for being a basic bitch. I'm like, yeah,
there you go.
Scrooge. But I put Scrooge very high because I love Bill Murray. It's a very inventive take on the whole Dickens thing.
Exactly.
Do you know that they are remaking Scrooged? They're not remaking A Christmas Carol. They're specifically remaking Scrooged with Kevin Hart.
Oh, I did not. I've seen the
with Kevin Hart.
It's coming out. But no,
that Scrooge in particular. They're remaking.
Are they doing? Are they sequel or they're remaking it?
No, they're remaking it. He's playing Bill Murray's part, a TV executive that.
I don't like that.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean, that's just something. That's something.
It's too bad Hollywood doesn't just do more reboots. They really need to get back on that track.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Hey Kevin, do a version, but I don't know.
There's just so many more options out there. Why go for that again? Why not?
I don't feel like that needs to be remade. Do your own take on the classic.
Yeah.
But
Scrooging.
I don't know. That's
I don't know. Where are we on the list, guys?
Well, we're on 4, and Elf and Scrooge were both on my list, so I'm going to put them both in at 4.
So now I'm doing 3. Am I back on 3? Or
are we in 3 now?
Yeah, I'm on 3. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then my number 3. I'm getting ballsy saying Love Actually. I think.
Oh, I forgot about when we just watched that one too.
I really like that movie, and I would actually put that as my favorite chick flick, which I just learned recently is not a term that you use. I just learned that.
We all, if you lived in the 90s and 2000s, you all know what that is, but we're not.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was a bad thing, but apparently, yeah. But yeah, Love Actually.
Love Actually is good.
Several stories, and all those stories surround Christmas season.
I believe it totally is. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
I just watched it yesterday, literally, and yeah,
really?
yeah.
Bill Nye in that movie.
Huh?
The rock star. He's the best.
Oh yeah. You feel it in my
fingers.
You feel it in my
that's
toes.
awesome. Hey, Alex
It's
said it
great.
left me with
It's
so many
such a-
questions.
Oh lordy.
I don't know
What's
what
that?
Alex was talking. Alex said it left me with so many questions. I'm not sure what he was talking about.
I
Are you
think
talking
it was
about Love Actually?
Scrooge. No, that was before Love Actually. I think it was.
Just watched
Scrooge.
it last week. Dax Shepard was great. I've seen.
Oh.
Is that Love Actually? Is
Zathura.
Dax
He's
Shepard
talking about
Love
Zathura
Actually?
still.
Which one?
Zathura.
Oh,
Zathura.
Zahura.
We're back on that.
Okay.
Oh, I vaguely remember that poster now. I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
It's like a house in space.
Yeah, the house in space. I do remember that poster now.
My 3 on the other list
The
is
Bill Murray
Scrooge.
movie. Oh, the
Scrooge.
Bill Murray movie, Scrooged.
Yeah, so let me tell you something. Any version of a Christmas Carol is fantastic. A Christmas Carol
Yes.
is one of the most ultimate Christmas, like anything, stories, movies, whatever, because of the theme. I love it. The Scrooged is the best version of that, hands down. I've never seen Muppet Christmas Carol, but I don't think it would touch Scrooge.
Oh,
Scrooge is
I mean, it's a
the adult
whole
Christmas Carol.
different. It's not even comparable. It's just its whole own different thing.
But man, do I love Scrooge.
I'm going to assert my ignorance and ask a question because I don't know that I've ever seen it all the way through.
Did you see Carol Kane? The Angel?
Scrooge?
Yeah.
Then you
No,
basically saw it.
I've seen Scrooge and I love Scrooge, but you're talking about how like the Dickens Christmas Carol classic, like you could
Like an
redone
original
some of
classic production of it, kind of thing.
No, but the Jim, what's the James Stewart? It's a
Wonderful
Wonderful Life.
Life.
Is that a Christmas Carol?
No.
He's
It
not
has
visited by
elements
ghosts.
to it, like
Okay.
there's a ghost of holiday involved, and like.
But that's like
I don't remember.
Christmas film.
But yeah,
I don't remember what it was, but there's so many differences that they're not really associated together, and I don't remember exactly why. But
It was.
Yeah,
I would
well,
say to be inspired by Charles Dickens.
That'll be my 3.
But yeah, that's a great movie. Mine. What were we on 4 or 3? I can't remember.
3.
3.
3. Okay, God. I have to go old school with Miracle on 34th Street.
I was waiting for you to go old school. I knew that you'd be the one to do it. I was waiting for it.
Well, it's Natalie Wood, who's my girl. That I gotta pay homage to. But yeah, so good in that. The film is so great in the storyline, and they did the remake in the '90s, but it's not the same to me. Like the original, and it's
I recall that being the only movie I've ever walked out of. The remake.
Oh,
I think you did. I think the remake of that is the only movie I've ever walked out of.
Now, did you see Jingle All the Way in theaters and stay through the whole thing?
Oh my God, I forgot about that movie.
I've never seen it.
I saw it for the first time maybe 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Not a good movie. I'm going to be honest with you.
There's a lot of those. We know there's a lot of those, especially.
That movie did not age well, and it wasn't good when it came out, I bet.
What about this movie that came out last week?
Which one?
Violent Night or whatever?
Oh, man.
Violent Night? Well,
Violent Night, the new David Harbour, it's a violent Santa Claus movie.
Like Santa's like a G. Santa's like, you're not fucking with my holiday, and I'm going to use my magic and poof your ass.
So Chris Kringle, basically, the nightmare Chris Kringle, whatever that myth is.
There's another movie that's very similar to this that came out like 2 years ago with Mel Gibson. Have you seen that one?
No.
I don't remember what it's called. It's going to drive me nuts, but Mel Gibson played Santa Claus.
He was Santa? He was like
he's actually Santa Claus, retired out in the woods, and like this kid who's like rich and famous. He's rich. Sorry, he's rich, but he's like a spoiled brat or whatever, and wants a toy, doesn't get it, he gets cold. And so he sends Walton Goggins to go kill Santa. And like, it seems like the same movie essentially, but that came out and it actually did really well. By the way, it did really well against whatever movie's #1 in the box office. But I was surprised that it made it to theaters. First of all,
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, where are we on our list?
We were doing 3.
We were just finishing 3.
Yeah, we should be doing 2.
Okay, so, see now, again, we've already said these titles, but you know, the essential, to me, number two, the essential Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It is,
Okay.
it has everything you want checked off for the Christmas movie, for what you would want in a Christmas. You know what I like about this? So here's the thing about me. I'm very much Scrooge. I am not the Christmas guy. Like, I'm not.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah,
Do you
and
hate
like
it,
I just,
or you just don't like
I
it?
don't. I don't hate it, but I don't celebrate it. Like
Okay.
I don't
Fair
necessarily not celebrate it. I don't have a problem with it. But now that I'm a newfound father and whatnot, I get to kind of relive this and
Sure.
have the opportunity to try it out again. But before my son was born, I think somewhere between 13 to like around now, no Christmas lights. I didn't do that. Like I didn't do any of that. There'd be some Christmases where I wouldn't give, my friends gifts or something like that. But I'm very much I'm very much an Ebenezer Scrooge. And
You're going
so,
to see it through new eyes to your son.
yeah. Well, he's gonna make me change my mind, I bet. There is a certain magical like aspect to it, and I recognize that.
Sure.
But an essential Christmas story has to have, like I said that about Elf, has to have a cranky old man in there somewhere, or somebody like Cranky battling
Right.
with the wrestling with the idea
to
of,
believe in the magic spirit
Exactly.
of Christmas too. Like it's not
Exactly.
necessarily just Santa Claus, just the spirit of Christmas, whatever that is for you.
and a honorary mention Friday After Next.
Yes.
I couldn't say that with a straight face. I tried, but that's a really that's a really good Christmas movie. So they get their presents stolen. They get their presents stolen in the middle of the night, and they spend the whole movie trying to find some guy dressed up like Santa Claus broke into their house. And Friday After Next, it's the real deal. You guys got to check it out.
Friday After Next.
All
right.
All right.
Great title.
Unaware.
That's part 3. That's Friday Part 3. Anyways,
Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah, you guys go number 2.
For me, it's always been 1994's Little Women.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
With my ex-wife, Winona Ryder.
Yes, love her.
I gotta call her.
No, it's really special to me in different ways, but one was, again, it's one of those traditional films that I watched every Christmas when I was a kid, when it came out. And I always loved that book, and that was the best feature film version I had seen.
Me too, Alex. Sorry.
And
right.
Yeah. I mean, just really heartfelt scenes, and it does take place at Christmas at times in the scene, like in the film. But the other part is that movie at the end is dedicated to a little girl named Polly Hannah Klass from my hometown, who was kidnapped and murdered.
Oh, Jesus.
Winona Ryder got involved because she's from the same hometown, and she
I heard about this story. Yeah,
it was national news. It was terrible. It was 2 years before Scream was filmed there, and that's why the whole thing happened with Santa Rosa High School at the end of the film with that one. So the whole point is that it was dedicated to her at the end, and it was just such a special film because that was her favorite script and book. She wanted to be an actress, and Winona Ryder got very involved, and it was really, really just an impactful experience from real life to film for me.
Am I correct that the young Christian Bale in that as well?
It is, He plays Lawrence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Claire Danes plays Beth. Kirsten Dunst plays Amy.
Wow.
It's a great cast. It's a phenomenal cast. Very special film.
Oh, I got to check that out. What about you? What about you, Wizzo?
All this like Amy's pulling a lot of these really cool like traditions.
That's why I brought her on board, because I knew we'd miss
It's
it.
fun.
I knew that we would be drunk and miss it.
I love it. I love it, and it makes me reevaluate and think about things. And I feel like, and it might have been more. Maybe it was Thanksgiving, or maybe I believe it was around Christmas. With my mom, we would usually watch, and I think it would come on TV. We would usually watch The Sound of Music. And that's
nice.
I don't by any means consider that a Christmas movie in and of itself.
But what you're saying is personalized to you because you watched it.
But it was a traditional thing. Yeah, for me, I would throw in at number 2 probably like Gremlins.
Yeah.
That was another honorable mention to me.
Again, set in Christmas, not necessarily, in some ways, it does have to do a little bit with the plot because Gizmo is a gift, is a Christmas gift, and it is.
Right.
So it is set around Christmas. So yeah, of the films that I had on my list, because we burned through some of mine, I'll throw that one in at number 2, and then I'll hold on to the one I have for. Maybe we all have the same one for number 1. I don't know.
I doubt it. I'm pretty proud of mine, but it's also something I was considering. Something I was considering is if there's a movie where they get snowed in and they can't leave anywhere, like Gremlins, I think they get snowed in. That's a Christmas movie because they got snowed in because of the season.
The Shining?
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, honestly. But is it Christmas time then?
I don't know. It's winter. I don't know.
remember.
Well, what about the New Year's party?
I don't think it is Christmas. Well, you're right. There is a New Year's party. It's
I don't remember.
certainly not. He goes away for the winter to take care of the place that will be snowed in. So I would say no. I don't think it's.
Which film was this?
The Shining.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Christmas is a big part of it. It's probably one of those things where you pass through Christmas while they're there, but it's he's not there just for Christmas because they're there for New Year's also. I don't recall them doing anything to celebrate Christmas, though they may have. So I wouldn't count that one. But they are snowed in. So on that criteria.
But to be fair, you could be snowed in a different month, and it's not.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
That's why I don't think that's necessarily a thing.
I forgot to do my number 2 off the list of Die Hard was a Christmas movie, and my number 2 is Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yes. I always forget it's Christmas that time too. I don't know why.
That's actually a really good Christmas movie. They should associate it with Christmas a lot more because of the snow. It's what he invented the snow.
Yeah,
that reminds me of my other one. Okay. I wouldn't have called that one because Christmas it's not a big part of the movie, isn't it? It's kind of like a moment they pass through, yeah?
Well, he invented snow with the ice, the giant ice.
For her.
For her.
Scene.
And I keep thinking about Alan Arkin singing on the rooftop, stapling the lights to the house.
Yeah, right. That's true.
All right, that's a cool take on that.
Hey, Alex put his list on. Home Alone, number 1. Christmas Story. I was waiting for someone to bring that up. Number 3.
That was going to be my number 1, but it's not my number 1. That'll be my number 2.
Black Christmas. I've always wanted to see. Eyes Wide Shut. Super interesting.
Why?
That's super interesting, man.
Why is that a Christmas
interesting? Movie? I don't know.
Well, it does take place in Christmas. I don't necessarily know that it is a Christmas movie. That's one of those things.
It depends how you celebrate Christmas, you know? Not gonna judge, just saying, that's your Christmas movie, right on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go to that party, but yeah.
It's a
I'm just saying.
Come to my Christmas party. It's a Christmas movie. All right. Well, all right. Are we at number 1 now? We're at number 1.
My number two will also be A Christmas Story, because I have a better number 1.
Okay.
Christmas Story is on my list, but I forgot to.
Christmas Story is another one of those that it's on. What is it? One of the channels plays it for 24 hours or something like that.
Oh no way!
Yeah, like
did anybody see part 2?
No, and I need to watch that this year.
No, I've heard it's not that great, but I am excited for the 3rd one that they're doing now.
What?
Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, does it come out another 10 years?
No, well,
20 years?
It's him. It's all the cast. Most of the cast mates, the same lead actor, now as an adult with his own family. And it looks entertaining. Like I'm willing to give it a chance and try it out. So yeah, I'll send it to you guys.
I think we're talking about the same movie.
Wait, A Christmas Story?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, the same movie.
Because this is the 3rd thing. Because they made technically it's the 3rd film because they made a sequel that went straight to movie or something, and that's sometimes really
that's getting American Pie-ish.
There's one on HBO or something now.
Mm-hmm. That's what she's talking about. That one's
40 years later.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that one's supposed to be good. Does anybody else? What Alex posted there? Is anybody else hearing that in Rocket Raccoon's voice? It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Which, by the way, tying into specials, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Fantastic.
I was wondering. I haven't seen it
yet.
yet.
It's so funny. It's really
fantastic.
good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
45 minutes long, well worth a watch. Well done, well done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a funny little detour. Which, by the way, we don't really stop to talk about like movie news when we're doing these, but right now, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just came out with their new trailer, as well as fucking Indiana Jones just
Yes,
came
I
out with a
finally
new
saw
trailer.
it.
I was gonna ask, what did you think?
Yep. That was awesome.
I'm
Dude.
And
excited.
Transformers.
A lot more than I thought.
When that theme song starts, woo,
Yeah.
I almost broke my phone.
I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Mage and I just rode the
one.
Indiana Jones ride twice at Disneyland yesterday.
Nice.
It's
Does it all work? 'Cause every time I go on that thing, there's something that doesn't work.
the first time it was fine. The second time the ball didn't work, and it almost broke down while we were on it. To that note, we've been to Disneyland a lot recently, so we just got our Magic Keys back.
Oh, nice.
This was like our 4th day trying to ride that ride. Every past time we've been and gotten in line for it, it's broken down while we've been in line. And so like we were stoked to get on it. The Indiana Jones trailer looks phenomenal. The Guardians trailer looks phenomenal. The Transformers one looks fun. There's a lot of cool, and then the new Avatar looks cool too. So
Avatar, yeah, I would love to go see that, just because
there's a lot of cool stuff that looks like it's coming out in the theaters.
They're
Always
all
cool
like
stuff.
blockbuster wannabes, you know. It's interesting to see what that, they're trying to get people back into theaters.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Top Gun.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. That was a great movie, though. Like, right now, that's Mage's favorite movie, I think.
Maverick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it was well done. I was way more surprised of liking it than I thought I would going in.
It just, to me, it shows an immense amount of maturity on his level, too. Because, like, I'm like, dude, better than Guardian or better than this? And he was like, yeah. He goes, I think it's my favorite movie. He goes, it's just a good movie. He's like, it was just a really good, and it is. He's like, the characters are great. They bring back. There's lots of recalls from the original.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Christmas movie. Maverick. No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking. I'm just bringing it back.
All right. So where are we at? Number one.
Number one. Uno.
Okay. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then my number one is Dumb and Dumber.
Get the fuck. I'm getting another Scott. I'm getting
that takes place clearly in Christmas.
I mean, it is a good film. It's a great film. We all love it.
It takes place at Christmas. They even go to the hotel.
That's
The Shining.
true.
Just brought up The Shining. Yeah.
Again, I have not seen it in years.
Builds a snowman.
Yeah, technically, it's in the season. Or is there? Yeah, because they go to the resort, right? And snow bunnies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they get Christmas money. But I don't necessarily consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie. Therefore, it is not my favorite Christmas movie ever made.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? We're here with Filmbuff. We're going over our 5 favorite Christmas movies. We're going to hit the reset button because Will said some crazy shit.
You want me to repeat it? Because I don't necessarily consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie. I love Die Hard, but my favorite Christmas movie of all time is not a popular one, but it matches my mood. Bad Santa.
Oh, Bad Santa.
Dude, that's a great movie.
That movie is.
That one again,
but here's the thing. As dirty and raunchy as it is, in the end, it still captures a Christmas like
it has
meaning,
heart, yeah.
a Christmas spirit, yeah. And
I'm disappointed I didn't think of that one.
That is the ultimate Christmas movie.
Wow.
I just redeemed myself.
That makes up for Dumb and Dumber.
Oh man.
Beat that.
All right.
Mine has already been said, but I have to stick with it because it is my number one.
What's that?
And it's Home Alone. Again, like I watched that I was introduced to it by and watched it every year with my grandfather, and we'd always sit down with our Pepsi in hand, which was our medicine back in the day, and watch it with that, and it was the best. And he would be laughing. He had this huge, big, like he was Italian man, so he had this big half. It was just fun. It was always fun. So I watch it in honor of him every year, and it's just, you know, it is a Christmas movie to me specifically, not just for tradition, but because it's during Christmas time, and they forget their own kid on their Christmas trip, you know?
Hands down.
Have you guys tried to watch part 2 recently?
I want to. I probably will this week because I want to do it in order. But yeah,
So part two is really, really good. However,
yeah, I remember
part 2 is part 1. It is the same movie, almost beat by beat, character by character.
Right.
You know,
But
the prison lady,
New York.
the old man. You know, even when they enter the house and they get the booby traps again, they approach the same one, think that they're going to outsmart it, and then
Right.
fall into the same trap. And so
Right.
it's interesting to note that it's the same fucking movie, and we
Wow.
still like it.
Yeah.
The only difference that they throw in there is a really good difference, which is the concierge, Tim Curry and Rob Schneider and Dana Ivey.
Yes.
Yeah, they're great in this movie.
So good. So good.
But part two is just as good as part 1 because it's the same fucking movie. It's
Right.
and
It was
how are you gonna
smart.
forget
Like,
your
that was smart
son?
of them. It just changed the
How are you gonna
location,
forget your son's
added
wife?
everything.
These parents are officially horrible parents. Like, how the fuck did you do this twice?
Did John Hughes do the second one also?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
John Hughes and Chris Columbus.
Oh, okay.
They had that
But,
recorder thing too. Then they had those as merchandise. I remember that year, and I got one, and I was so happy.
Which one?
The little recorder that he had.
Talk Boy. I got one too.
Yeah, they had.
So I told my friend, we were talking about that. I said, I got the Talk Boy too, and I love playing with the slow-mo so much that I ended up breaking it, and every tape I played on there was in slow-mo forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it really started my love for like editing stuff because
I could warp everything and get creative with it. It was really cool back then.
Yeah, we had those too. Who's at number 1? Wizzo?
All right, so my number 1, I'm glad nobody's dropped it. Before I hit it, we talked kind of quickly, and I wanted to drop, if I can do it, if I can think of them real quick. Like Christmas specials are a big thing too, and unless you want to do a whole separate episode about them, I don't know, but like no, because you're film.
I don't necessarily know that I've ever seen a Christmas special.
Dude, yes, you have. So you got.
I know I have, but not one that stuck with me.
You got the Grinch that's like 5 Grinch that Stole Christmas, right? That's always been a big one, and I've always liked the special, the animated.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say right now.
More than the movie. So you got Grinch that Stole Christmas. You've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with the little elf with the wants to be a dentist and all that shit. Island of Misfits.
oh,
where you
the
got
animated
fantastic-
series back then.
Fantastic special.
Yeah.
I used to always love Frosty the Snowman.
Dude, I know what you're gonna say, bro. I know what you're gonna say.
Frosty the Snowman was great.
That's why.
Shit. The top special. I was gonna throw the Guardians. So the Guardians Christmas special is a great one. And then way back in the day, there was a Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh,
and
really?
it was terrible.
Yeah,
but
it was really bad.
it deserves to be on there. There was a whole like 5 minutes of just Wookiees talking, which was.
There's a dance number. Is there like a dance number in there?
But what's that?
There's a dance number in there, I think.
I believe there's a dance number in there. But the thing is,
Amy, have you never seen this? Have you never seen this?
Seen it. I'll
You-
find it.
I actually think it's pretty hard to find.
No, I think it's on Disney Plus, or it was
Oh,
for a while.
God, I know what I'm watching tonight.
If not, you can find it on YouTube. A couple significant things, but well, for one, they had like the cat. It was the people. Like they didn't.
Oh yeah, Mark
around.
Hamill was in it. Harrison Ford was in it.
It was the people.
Oh,
from
they
the
had
movie.
guest stars, huh? Coming in.
Yeah, they actually thought they were doing some good.
But Boba Fett was introduced in that.
Oh,
In
wow.
an animated sequence. Boba Fett was introduced in the Star Wars Christmas special in an animated sequence. So, but yeah, it was a flop. It did terrible. So those were Christmas specials. Christmas specials are a beautiful thing, and they should always be remembered. But my number 1 film, and I don't know, you were like, I know what you're gonna say. It's not the Grinch movie. I don't necessarily care for that. It's a Nightmare Before Christmas, And I can't believe nobody else
I didn't see that
I
coming.
can't believe nobody else thought of it. And a lot of
No, I thought of it, but it's so it
A lot
lives
of people-
somewhere in between both. Like it tries so hard to be both that
a lot of people think of it as a Halloween film, but it is set in Christmas because it is about the people from Halloween Town, but it's about him wanting to experience Christmas. And so Jack takes over Christmas. He kidnaps Santa Claus. He becomes Santa Claus, and he tries to do it his way. It is fucking #1 on my list.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
not only that, but the Christmas spirit like ends up becoming taken over at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my #1.
I always watch it during Thanksgiving because I feel like it's a buffer between Halloween and Christmas. So I'm right in the middle. That's my
that's what I'm saying. It goes back and forth, and it kind of cancels itself out. Yeah.
And it's funny because
movie.
I don't know if you remember this, but in the movie there's that grove of trees.
Yeah.
No, the doors.
And the doors, and one of them has a turkey on it, and there's also an Easter one. Because remember, the Easter Bunny makes an appearance in it.
That's why he makes appearance, right?
But there is
a
Thanksgiving
to make other
turkey.
short films about those doors or whatever.
I would love for that to happen.
Oh man,
I'm sure there's a script out there. They just haven't done it.
What I thought you were going to say, because I thought you were going to make a special. Your #1. I thought you were going to say Peanuts.
That's the other
special. Let's do a special episode of this because
That's the special I forgot. That's the special I forgot. That's
what I thought you were going to say.
Again, from my hometown, I that is my tradition too.
I totally thought that's where you're going.
I'm glad you said that. That's the special I forgot. That should be #1. That is the quintessential. That is the quintessential Christmas special.
Yep.
If not rivaled by Grinch. The Peanuts too. That sad little tree. The school play. The
ice skating one. Have you guys seen that one? I forget the title. I have to find it. But it's Pepper and Patty, and she's the ice skating, and then Woodstock sings it or whistles it. I mean, it's the best.
That's
all I remember is Snoopy dancing. That's it. That's all I remember. Snoopy dancing.
And they have a great Halloween special too. But that Christmas
and Thanksgiving
one
too. The Thanksgiving one is really good.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever see that?
I'm sure I have, but I do not remember.
Check it out again if you can because it's on Disney. I think it's Disney, right?
I think Apple Plus owns them, and I'm not in the
Apple Plus. It is Apple Plus.
I'm not in the iPhone.
We just watched it for Thanksgiving. It's very cute how they have their own Thanksgiving. If you don't remember it, I won't spoil it. It's definitely worth checking out. And it's like 20 minutes. It's not that long.
All right. So that is our 5. I got through 10, but that's our top 5. If we end it shortly, it'll be one of our shorter episodes that we've ever had. And there's 3 of us, which is like, I'm like, wow, I kind of don't want to stop talking to you, but I don't want to miss this moment. But real quick, do you guys have a special memory, a Christmas memory, or a special gift that you remember you received, or any kind of thing that in your lifetime that was specifically Christmas related and special to you that you will always remember?
Yes.
Okay. Please.
The first thing that came to mind is not really a present, but it was something my cousins and I did together when I lived in Alaska. We were living in Alaska all together, and I was like 10, I think, or 11. And we decided to put on our first Christmas show just by ourselves.
Wow.
So my cousin played piano. My cousin, who was a guy, did like some cool drum thing because he's a drummer and still now. And then my other cousin did some poetry. And then I did a last song to tie it up. It was Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee. And I had this dress on, and I choreographed my whole thing, and I was stage managing it, and it just was a really big inkling to my parents that I would become an actor of theater someday. But it was really the first and one of the best memories I have of just really loving a Christmas show that we got to put on for our family in front of the Christmas tree, and then we filmed it I don't know where that is now, but
or maybe you do and really you don't want anybody to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is as she pushes it back behind the couch.
There it is. Now, I would really love to find that if I could find it, but maybe I have it somewhere. Hopefully I do. But yeah, if I do, I'll share it. A little bit at least. But yeah, it was a really great memory.
That's awesome.
Really nice.
That's awesome. You said like with the music and stuff, I just went and saw Berlin last Friday at a little club up here. And because 'tis the season, they did like 3 or 4, Terry sang like 3 or 4 Christmas songs, and it was fantastic.
Awesome.
And that Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree was one of the ones she sang.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's just a great rockin' Christmas tune.
And that one's in Home Alone, so that ties into my grandfather. So that's the same one that like when he's, doing the whole
I love that.
living room straight. Yeah, exactly.
And they actually believed it. They're having a shindig in there. Don't bother those guys. And it's just
Michael Jordan cut out
going crazy
on the train. Oh, that's so good. And did you guys ever watch how they made that movie? Like, what's the TV show on Netflix? It's something like I Love
Films that raised us.
They tell you like 3 movies at a time.
Yeah, and it was all made in a school gym that was bought out because it was no longer in use. And the whole gym, that's the whole house. Like they have the exterior shot of the actual house, which is like wherever, New York or whatever. But the interior is all facade, and that's how they were able to flood the basement and everything.
The movies that
made us. Yes.
Stand your Alex.
I never remember that title. But yeah.
Alex will forever be our phone friend.
How they made it. It's really cool.
I gotta watch that one. Man, I don't know. As a kid living back east, it was always a cool tradition for us to go to a place called Longwood Gardens, and I guess it would be the equivalent of what's the place out here that's like in Pasadena or something like that. There's some botanical place, some kind of garden.
Oh, the botanical gardens here in Pasadena.
Something like that.
Yeah, I forget the title, but yeah. It's gorgeous.
But so you know what I'm talking about. They always do stuff there. So Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania was they had a huge property, and you would go in and they had Christmas trees from around the world. And so they had there would be one tree that was like, oh, this tree has like candles and spider webs on it because in Bulgaria that's all they had or something. But it was cool to see the different trees from the different countries and go around, and then at the end you get like a drive-through where you would drive around and see a bunch of outside trees lit up. And I don't know, that's just one of many. Having kids now, something. I'll tell you guys. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm a firm believer in Santa Claus. You can't take that away from me. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I think Santa's real. He's definitely the spirit of Christmas more so than one guy
breaking into houses and leaving boxes.
It's Santa is real, and it is about the spirit of Christmas and all of us and how it affects us and how we become a part of it. But there was one year the cameras in our house went kind of wacky, and you could hear Santa. And the kids always leave like cookies and eggnog out for him, and it was cool because the next morning, like some of his whiskers were on the eggnog glass. And my oldest son, like he was in fucking CSI or something like that. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. Got some tweezers and kept. I think he still has them. Kept the whiskers, like put them in a bag. And it almost just brings a tear to my eye. That's what Christmas is about.
Yeah.
That's Santa and Christmas. Because I'm also not a big religious guy, so the whole idea of it being born around the birth of Christ and stuff that doesn't resonate with me. If that resonates with you, fucking awesome. Like, that's great. I'm not taking that away from anybody. I suppose we wouldn't have the Christmas holiday if it weren't for the whole mythology of Christ or whatever.
Right, and not to mention the pagans before that.
Well, did the pagans do? Well, they did like winter. There were like winter solstices.
Yeah, solstice. They paid tribute to the earth. I mean, there's a lot of benefits, very, very beautiful things that came from that Christianity stole.
And I certainly relate more to the pagan stuff. But for me, it's a very commercial holiday. It's very much about Santa. It's very much about family. It's very much about love. That's what it is for me. So those moments are the cool moments for me. Those and Will, like I say, you now with your child coming up, you're gonna see it through a whole new lens. And it can be a very special and magical and connecting time. And,
I'll say magical. The air conditioning broke and it's snowing up in here.
It's freezing at your place. The flakes
I
are
don't
so
have any snow at my place.
I don't know what kind of place. I don't think it's good though.
Amy, I'm up in Santa Clarita. We're at a higher elevation. I get the lighter snow.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I used to live in Santa Clarita a couple of years ago.
I am calling the plumbing right after this.
No, I just want to say, at 10 years old, same year, I went and slept upstairs because in Alaska it's the opposite. The 2 stories the bedrooms are below, and the lower level for whatever reason, and top level is actually your kitchen and your living room and dining room and stuff like that. And so I would go upstairs and sleep in the big armchair we had up there, waiting for Santa to come down the chimney. And I swear to this day, I heard on the rooftop bells jingling.
Yeah.
And it was just like that soft little thing, whether it was really happening or not, or something, just my spirit was like, I love Christmas, and I hear it. I actually heard it, and it's always been so magical to me. And I think, you just got to let that spirit soar, whatever that is for you. Absolutely.
It really happened. It really happened for you, and that's the
I was like, oh my God,
that's
I
Santa.
hear them.
That's Santa. That's Santa.
I have to add to. I know we're trying to wrap it up, but I have to add to the list Polar Express after experiencing.
Oh God. Oh
with
God,
with the whole, that is such a beautiful movie.
Never seen it.
Oh my God, you need to watch it, and maybe watch it with your son.
Watch it with your son. Watch it with your son. And have some hot cocoa ready.
Enjoy.
Have some hot cocoa ready.
See what you think about it.
Watch it with your son. Watch it with your son. I'm gonna watch it with my son.
There you go.
Slam dunk.
So I guess I did have moments that were very magical during Christmas. Well, first off, I was the kid who thought of the most wildest, wackiest fucking presents to ask for Santa that there was no way in hell I was going to get. And so when I didn't get them, it just a little bit of me died every year. But these gifts included an actual Mowgli or whatever from Gremlins. Didn't know that they weren't real. So when I didn't get one, I was pretty pissed. And then another year was a hoverboard. Didn't get one.
Hoverboard. Do we still have those yet? Really?
I was pretty sure we can make
them. We need hoverboards.
I'm pretty sure I can go to my dad's garage and make one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But the one, I'm not going to cry at this, but you might. The most magical moment I ever had during Christmas was, I don't know if you guys are aware that I was quote unquote saved when I was adopted when I was a young child. So I didn't know anything about my birth family, but when I was 10 years old, my mother found my birth sister, and as a present introduced me to my birth sister. That's how I met my birth sister. It was a Christmas gift. So see, I knew it. Fucking pussy.
That's would be called a Christmas miracle.
Let me just reiterate, that's Santa. That's Christmas.
That's the spirit of Santa. That's
that was an extremely important moment in my life associated with Christmas.
Absolutely.
So
wow. So
I do believe that there's the Christmas spirit. I do believe all that. And and on that note, I guess that wraps it up with our special Christmas episode. We named off a shitload of Christmas movie titles. Anybody who hasn't seen any of those, we got plenty to choose from, including I know I'm going straight to the Star Wars Holiday Special after this.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
So I got to see if you're right, if it's actually in Disney Plus while I have it.
No, because I want to check that out tonight or tomorrow, if not tonight.
Hey, computer, is the Star Wars Christmas Special on Disney Plus?
I couldn't find that channel.
All right, thanks. All right. So
yeah, thanks for nothing.
No good there.
Siri, whatever your name is.
No good there. But I think we can agree that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I don't think that it's an agreement or a disagreement situation.
It is hands down a Christmas
They
movie.
better-
I gotta tell you, man.
Nobody said anything. Nobody came to.
Whenever you
Nobody
And
came
it's not
bring
just
Alan
'cause I'm
Rickman
two
out,
glasses
they'll drop
in.
Each his
you
own.
20 feet or
Each his
whatever
own.
it was.
Christmas
way-
movie, 100%.
By the way, we have this episode early enough that we should say Happy Hanukkah, I guess, to our.
Word. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy all the holidays.
Happy holidays!
Yeah.
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah to all the fine
holidays.
Jewish women out there.
We want to be all inclusive, and because it's about this season's about love everybody.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I have a
So-
shout out. If you're in LA, I invite you to please come. I'll be posting it to our annual charity concert on the 21st at the Broad Theater in Santa Monica. It's called Both, A Hard Day's Silent Night, and it's all Beatles music. And it's set to the Nativity, but it's a modernized version, and it's non-denominational for any, like, it's for everybody. Love is love.
Are they gonna play? Are they gonna play Beatles music?
Yeah, it's all Beatles music that we're performing, but it's a story as well. There's a story to it. It's like musical theater, basically. But yeah,
I want to go to that. I saw there was a place in Toluca Lake that did.
It might be the same people because I've done it for
The
the
music
past
from
8
Three Dog
years.
Night.
I'm sorry?
They did something with the music. It wasn't a holiday thing, but they did something with the music from Three Dog Night, and they made a.
Oh, I see.
And it was called like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they rearranged some of the songs, and it's for charity, so that's how they can do it, properly.
That sounds awesome.
But it's a really beautiful tradition, and
When is it?
even if you don't love the Beatles, it's still a really fun show, and it's good. Like all the proceeds go to charity for underprivileged kids for the arts in Los Angeles.
When is it a one night thing? Is it a weekend? Is it?
It's unfortunately it's only one day, but two different performances in one day on the 21st of this month. I believe it's a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And I'll send you the link that they're already starting to do tickets. But yeah,
my mom
proceeds go to
will
charity.
be in town. That'd be something cool we could do.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun. So I'll blast it out. But I had to let you guys know if you can. If you're in town or anything you like or want to know, but to come to it, please do.
And thank you to my special guests, Wizzo and Amiee Conn.
Thank you. This is
Filmbuff
fun.
family. This has been a very special moment for me.
Thank you
So
for
thank
having
you very
me.
much. And the first show that we can bring all of us on there now.
Yeah, now that we can do this, let's do a lot more. This is amazing.
But for all those who are watching, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Feliz Navidad. And
Christmas.
happy holidays to all. Be safe
All
out
right.
there.
Bring
Star
them
Wars
all in.
Holiday
May the
Special and
force be with
alcohol
you.
awaits me. Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you.
Peace on
Have
earth.
a good night. Okay.